Hey guys, today with First Place Auto Parts. One of the things I hate the most are squeaks and rattles. And if you own an old vehicle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In the case of my 87 Chevrolet C10, my rattles and squeaks, the source are the side windows. They sit in this window channel, and the weather strip that's supposed to hold the window tight is either hard as a rock, and it's actually missing in some places where it's broken off. It's gotten so hard. I can take the window and move it side to side, front and back. It rattles like crazy, no matter whether I have it up or down. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to replace these two pieces of weather strip. It's not terribly difficult. We are going to have to take the door panels off. So let's go ahead and get the truck back in the shop and let's get started. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the First Place Auto Parts YouTube channel. There will continually be adding how to install videos, new product review videos, and go into some really cool car guy events I'm sure you're going to want to see. And the parts we're going to use to reduce that wind noise and to keep that window from rattling, we have some high quality restoration parts here. It's going to make the installation all that much more easy, but also the finished product is going to be exactly what you want, which is a rattle-free window and no wind noise. And the tools we're going to use to remove the old weather strip and install the new weather strip includes Phillips and a straight blade screwdriver, a pair of scissors in case we need to trim the length of the window channel run, a pair of needle nose pliers to help pull out the old window channel because the old channel is going to be very brittle. It's probably going to break apart in pieces as we pull it out, so this will be helpful just getting into the tight spots. I mixed up a bottle of soapy water. This is going to help when we want to slide that window channel down in the channel in between the glass. Bottle of soapy water will be your friend. One of the first things that we notice is the actual weather strip channel, the original stuff, is actually broken and missing in a lot of places. You can see down here where there's actually a big chunk missing out of this thing, and it's as hard as a rock. The other stuff, the new stuff's so much more flexible. Most of the felt itself is missing, but again, there's just large portions of this thing that are gone all the way up to the top. So this thing is actually broken apart over time. It's not holding the window secure in the window channel anymore, which is allowing not only water to get in, but also even with the window up, the window's rattling in the channels. Okay, and then we have the door panel removed. We're going to go ahead and remove the window track weather strip, or the fuzzy. This stuff is really sharp. It's very dry and very brittle. I'm going to use a pair of needle nose pliers. The reality is this thing's probably going to break as I take it out, so I'm going to start up here in this corner. It looks like it's already broken up here, so this will give me a good place to, yeah, it's coming apart in pieces, guys. It's so dry and brittle that this stuff wasn't doing much sealing anymore. And the plastic clip that's included with the new weather strip stayed in the door as well. Go ahead and push that out. And then remove the rest of this weather strip. You can see how dry it is. This run actually runs all the way down inside the door. I'm not going to be able to show you that on video. It's just too tight in there. But it runs down quite a ways. We'll go ahead and remove the rest of this, and then we'll show you how we're going to go about installing the new one. Okay, what should have been a nice, soft, flexible weather strip channel is anything but. This thing came apart in pieces, as you can tell by everything on the ground here. So this is a project that was way past due. This stuff's almost like steel at this point. That's where all the rattling was coming from inside the truck. So it's a worthwhile project. I'm glad we're doing it. And you know, if you have a truck or a car that's 30 plus years old, yours probably needs it too. Okay guys, now that we removed all the old, real brittle window felt, the channel run, we're going to go ahead and install this new channel run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up at this corner. This new product has a formed or molded in rubber corner here, which is where your vent window meets your door frame. That's a 90 degree, or pretty much a 90 degree bend right there. So that's a good place to start. What we want to do is we want to use our soapy water. We're going to spray the back side of the window run, but also the channel to make sure it's slippery. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to fold this thing over and slide it into the channel and push it down. So we'll push this down until it stops. Typically it stops right where it meets the window, and that's where you get it. Essentially when the window's down, it won't rattle because this is actually what's holding it further down into the door, about down to here. Okay, now that I've pushed this all the way down with the help of a lot of lubricant, and I know this sounds bad, but trust me, soapy water works great. I'm going to go ahead and work the rest of this into the channel by forming it over and then gently pushing it in. And what I want to do is I want to achieve that this molded corner fits right up in there. So I'm going to go ahead, there's some self-adhesive here. I'll pull this strip off of here. continue to work it up into the channel itself. It's pretty simple to do. Let me go ahead and fold this over and push it in. Okay, this is kind of a critical spot here. This is where a lot of times water will leak, but this looks great. Go ahead and work it up in here. And then you remember this, when I pointed out when we looked at this product, it actually has a rubber plug. And this rubber plug is going to fit up into a little hole up in there. Here, I'm going to go ahead and take this camera off of the stand and show that to you real quick. The rubber plug is going to fit right up into here, into this channel. So we'll go ahead and push this in there and then snap this into place. It holds it nice and taut. And that's really the only mechanical thing other than the interference fit is you bend this channel over and you fit it into this groove. That's the only thing that really holds this up in here. So it's a nice piece to have. It fits the OE hole perfectly, and it's just a nice design piece. So we'll go ahead and finish this. We're going to work our way around, and then we're going to go ahead, before I finish this one, I'm going to go ahead and push this downward leg down into the channel, much like I did on the front edge of the door. Let me see if I can get you a picture of that. This is the channel where it starts right here. We're going to push it into. We'll go ahead and force that down before we actually install this part of the channel, just to make sure that we have plenty of reach. Okay guys, this is what it's going to look like once you have the channel all the way fed down to where it meets the window. Okay, it comes up. This is the back side of the door. You can see it fits into the channel really well, just like it was designed to be. Towards the front end, this is the 90-degree elbow that's molded into this piece. Goes down by the vent window and then goes down into the track. And this is what holds the window in place when it's rolled down. That and the sweepers on either side of the door here, they're going to clip in here, and then the other piece is going to clip onto the door panel itself. But this channel run is critical to keeping your door rattle free or your window rattle free, and also keeping the water out. So it's a good thing we did this. This truck definitely needed it. And we'll go ahead and install the window wipers on the door, and then we'll show you how to do it on the door panel. Okay, the next step is to install the outer window sweep or window fuzzy. This is actually, it's going to fit on into these little holes right here. And it has these built-in clips. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the window rolled down. We're going to install this into the clips into the holes to align it properly. Get them all lined up before you push anything down. This will actually overlap the outside of the vent window a little bit. So we'll get all of our clips in there, get them lined up, and then we'll start to work them in. Go ahead and start at the front here. We're going to push down. Just a little bit of pressure. They snap into place. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, make sure you're aligned as you're going so you don't bend this. If you had these clips in here, but these were not aligned, what you would end up doing is there's a metal piece in here, and you don't want to bend that. So just want to make sure that everything's pushed down nice and tight. So now we have not only our track installed, our track fuzzy, but also our outer window fuzzy or wiper too. When the window comes up, I'll go ahead and show you that. When the window comes up, you can see that this wiper actually rides against the glass. So it's a nice tight fit. When we put the other wiper on the door panel itself, it'll push that way, and this window won't move at all once we have this on. So huge upgrade to this truck. Let's go ahead and go to the door panel and get that one installed. Okay guys, this is the piece that's going to fit onto this door panel. And what it has are clips on the back of it that hook into little windows onto this door panel itself. We don't want to break these windows off of this door panel, and this thing is very brittle. Again, 35 plus years old. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I don't care about this old piece. You can see how hard it is compared to how soft and flexible this new one is, but I'm going to go ahead and take my screwdriver, and what I'm going to do is basically pry these open. So I'll be sticking my screwdriver, let me flip this around, I'll be sticking the screwdriver into these clips, and I'm going to be prying this part open, and most importantly, these smaller clips on either side of the main clip. This clip's actually what locks into your upper door frame on your vehicle. These clip onto the door panel itself. So I'm going to go ahead and use the screwdriver. I'll mechanically open these up, bend them back on the old one because I don't care. I'm just going to throw that piece out. So let me go ahead and get started on that. Take the tip of my screwdriver, insert it into the open end of this clip, and basically just pry it open. I'm going to just take some of the tension off of it. I'll do it on the other side, come in from this side, insert it into the hole here, and then just like I said, just pry them so that they do not, I can just pull them right off then. And then once I'm done, I'll go ahead and just lift this piece away. Okay, we've cleaned the inside of the door panel. Now all that's left for us to do is to install our upper rail weather strip on the door panel. What we want to do is we want to line the clips with the windows as we had done before, and we simply snap it in place. What you should have when you're done is this upper piece, this upper lip should rest right on top of your door panel. And this is perfect right here. So this is all ready to install. I'll go ahead and flip it around so you can see what it looks like. You can see the clips up underneath. We're all attached. We're all clean. Let's go ahead and install this thing on the truck. Okay guys, we're going on our first test drive. I can tell you right away, I didn't realize how noisy my glass was, how much air was seeping through, and the wind noise, and also the rattling of the glass against that hardened rubber weather strip until now. This truck, all I hear is the motor, and that's an amazing thing. This truck is as quiet as it's ever going to get inside. It's amazing. This project was not terribly difficult. Use some basic hand tools, and quite honestly, it can be done in an afternoon in your garage. It's a project that's well worth the effort. The money that you spend on this is relatively low. It's not terribly expensive, but this is a project that pays dividends beyond what you would normally expect. Well, there you go, guys. The project is done. It wasn't that difficult, and it was made all that much easier by using high-quality restoration parts from First Place Auto Parts. It's the small details that add up. It's the clips. It's the correct dimensions. It's the correct profiles of the weather strip that you're trying to install in some of these channels in these tight areas that makes the job that much easier and the finished product that much better. You can do this. Get your parts at First Place Auto Parts, and if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, keep the hammer down and keep it between the guardrails.